Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Minnie Alexander here. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend I had a good weekend. Really good weekend. A little hot, but I stayed inside most of the weekend. Got some stuff done, you know, handling my business, and now I'm here with you guys. If you have not subscribed yet, please pause for a second and subscribe and like this video and click the notification button so you know when I'm posting videos or going live. Now, this is going to be a open panel in a little bit once I discuss the topic. And the topic is love like you've never been hurt. I know somebody out there needs to hear this. Now, I do not steal people's quotes or people's content or people's ideas without giving them credit. So this week I was listening to, just different people's videos on YouTube, passing time. And I ran across a man named Tony Gaskin. Tony, Gaskin. He has a huge platform talking about relationships. And as I was listening to him, he made a comment that just kind of stuck in my head. And the comment that he made was, love like you've never been hurt. I'm like, wow. Wow. Wonder how dating and relationships would be if people truly stepped into a relationship and loved like they've never been hurt in the past. That's powerful. It's really powerful. So, again, giving credit when credit's due. Tony Gaskin, if I'm saying the last name wrong, if I'm not, pardon me. He has really, really good content. And I'm kind of, I've been, when I'm surfing through like these YouTube channels and everything, and I'm seeing all this content with Black men talking about relationships, it's really refreshing because a lot of things they're saying is super on point, you know. So it's nice to hear men talk about relationships and hit the nail right on the head. So love like you've never been hurt. Before I jump into that, if you are new to my channel, I will have to tell you that I am an author. Yes, I am. You can find my book on Amazon. The name of my book is called A White Man's Whore. And I have to say thank you to the people who are buying my book. The amazing part is you guys can be anywhere in the world, and my book, the words that were in my head that came through my fingers to my keyboard and then put in a book, is in your home. So I feel like there's so many people I've never met and I probably will never meet that I've extended, myself to them. And I hope they enjoy my book. If they like it, I hope they buy a few more copies and give it away to other people. And again, thank you for the support. My book is called A White Man's Whore. It's about interracial dating. The focus is on Black women dating white men, or more like white men dating Black women, whichever way you want to put it. It has personal stories in there of Black women who have dated white men, my personal stories, interviews from white men, interviews from Black men. In my book, I talk about the three different white men. Yes, three different white men. The first one is a standard white man. The second one is a humanitarian white man. And the third one is a flavored white man. If you are interested in knowing what that is and the characteristics of those three white men, get my book. I also have the characteristics of three Black women, or three different kinds of Black women when it comes to interracial dating. All in that book on Amazon. Again, it's called A White Man's Whore by Minnie Alexander. So love like you never been hurt. Wow. Wow. Life just kind of builds on top of each other. Hold on, let me get comfortable real quick. So life just kind of builds on top of each other. You know, we learn even when we don't think we're learning, and either we learn to carry fear or to overcome different things. And I think when it comes to relationships and emotions, for a lot of people, that's scary. You know, I don't think a lot of people are taught at a young age what to do with emotions. What do you do when your heart is broken? What do you do when you're disappointed? What do you do when trust is broken? What do you do with those feelings? Who teaches us that? You know, teaches us to handle it in a healthy way and not a destructive way. A lot of our parents don't even know how to handle those feelings. Not saying all of ours, but some of our parents, because I've ran across a few people that I feel like had amazing parents and prepared them as best as they could for this thing called life and this thing called relationships, where you have two people come together that weren't raised the same way, or maybe they were, have two separate ideas about things and try to come together and work together as one, or work together moving forward. That's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing when you find people who have got it right. So loving like you've never been hurt. I kind of feel like in today's society, because people aren't as honest as we would like them to be, and we're in kind of a cutthroat, the dating pool is kind of cutthroat. Most people are really just out for themselves. So it would be lovely to love like we've never been hurt, or if someone could actually do that. But I have to say that, hey, Sunkiss, no problem, no problem. You being late. I'm gonna let me see. I'll drop the link. I dropped the link in a few minutes. If you're still around, you can come on up. I just started. So I was saying, in today's society, it's cutthroat out there, and sometimes you can't just you can't just open yourself up to everybody, because some people, when you open yourself up to them, they're snakes, they're vultures. But when you do meet that person that only wants your best interest, and you're able to let your guard down, I think that's the perfect condition to love like you've never been hurt. When you meet someone where you can build that trust, honesty, and work on communication. Not saying you're going to get it perfect, but when two people come together and working on those three vital things of a relationship, the foundation of a relationship, guards can be let down, and healing can happen. Healing can happen. I mean, how wonderful would that feel? Meeting somebody and you can trust them. They're honest and they work their hardest on communication, and you can look at them and really love them like you've never been hurt. All the things that has happened in the past, the hurt, the scars, the bumps and the bruises from ex-lovers, the lies, the hurt, deceit, can just be wiped away because you trust this person. This person's an honest person. And again, they try to communicate with you. Those are the three foundations of a relationship. So people, if you're just tuning in, again, the topic is love like you've never been hurt before. I've got this quote from another vlogger on YouTube called Tony Gaskin. Look him up when you get a chance. He has wonderful videos about relationships, and one of his videos, he said that you need to love like you've never been hurt. And that just struck me. It was amazing. So let me go ahead and drop this link. Let's see, post. I could do it like this. I think hurt makes a lot of good people turn sour, which makes them not a good candidate for relationships. And it's so sad when that happens. It's so sad when you meet people and you could see this light in them. You could see this goodness in them. And they can't connect emotionally because of whatever has happened in the past. The, people can hide it. Some people can hide it better than other people, but it's there. And a lot of, especially men don't talk about that stuff. It's really rare from my history, from guys I've ran across. It's really rare for them to talk about what their ex has done to them and really talk about how it affected them emotionally. I think that's more, I think women are better communicators when it comes to stuff like that. Not saying that there's no men that can do that, but there are, for a woman to connect with the man emotionally, and to get, and to get, if he has walls up, to get behind those walls, sometimes it could be hard. And sometimes, I'm an advocate for therapy. I really am. I love therapy. I love support groups. I think those two things really help people out if people just really want to get better, whatever issues they're having. Me personally, on one of my videos I did earlier, I disclosed that I used to be married. I desire to get married again. And this time around, I would love to start off with couples counseling. When this person and myself make that decision that we want to actually make this a legal, binding commitment to each other, I think the best thing would be for us to go to couples counseling, to make sure that we're communicating properly and getting some techniques from a professional. If there is any dishonesty that has not came out up until that point, we can bring it out at that point, so we're not walking into something with being dishonest. And if one of us does not trust each other, that's another way we can build trust. I think a lot of people, when they do get in relationships, especially when they're getting to more serious relationships, we want to paint this picture that we're so perfect. And so when we do certain things, our partners don't realize why we're doing it. I did a video earlier, and people who are watching, if you did not see that video, go back and watch it. But I can give you guys a little preview of what I talked about earlier. And I kind of feel like when someone can identify their emotions, especially when it comes to hurt or fear, and it's not someone telling them, they can actually look at themselves and identify it. I believe that's growth. So going back to my video and my story. So I was privileged. I'm going to use the word privileged, for somebody to help me see the hurt that was inside of me. The person didn't start off their day with trying to help me with that, but they did. So me and this person, I'm trying to figure out the best words to say this. It's kind of been an up and down type of relationship with this particular person. And the person texts me in the morning, a good morning. And when I seen their text come in, no lie, I was kind of like, why is this person texting me? They know, I'm the kind of person, my face shows how I'm feeling, and my tone does too. So I oh hey Sunkiss.
Hey.
Hey. So I was telling my story. So this person, they text me, I text them back. And it was just kind of like have a good day, all that stuff. And then I'm sitting there thinking like I need to tell this person how I feel, but I didn't do it in the proper way. How I did was I basically lashed out at them and started talking about stuff that really didn't matter. And their reply back to me was, "Where did that come from?" Which kind of made me a little bit mad because I'm like, "Why aren't you addressing what I put this long ass text message I sent you? Why aren't you addressing that?" But then I had to sit back because I was thinking about a little snappy, smart ass reply back to this person on why I text this long text. And then it just dawned on me, why did I text this long text? And the only thing the person was saying was good morning to me. And then I realized, because I allowed this person to hurt me. I allowed this person to hurt me, and I'm lashing out in a way where it's not very constructive. So I told the person. So with that incident happening, and then me hearing this quote from Tony Gaskin, love like you've never been hurt. It just kind of, I'm like, somebody needs to hear about this. Somebody needs to hear that quote. Somebody needs to to talk about their hurt, and especially if they want to move past it and be in a relationship with someone where they're not hurting their partner because they have unidentified hurt. So what do you think, Sunkiss?
Um, I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think also you got to understand if you're gonna be in a partnership or a relationship, you are opening yourself up to be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
just comes with the territory of being in a partnership because that person is gonna grow and change. You're gonna grow and change. Things change. You got to be able to communicate and work through it.
Yeah.
You know, you should feel safe enough with your partner to be able to say, you know, you hurt me, you know, and it not turn into, a situation where you feel like you're a bad person for communicating that, hey, something you did hurt me. It should be open enough to be able to say those things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's a good quote.
Mm-hmm. And I what you said earlier when you were talking about hurt in a partner. I mean, I truly believe that. I believe when you get into a relationship, people are gonna hurt each other, either knowing or not knowing that they're hurting the person. And it's
Hmm.
just something. I think it's all about how you get over it and how you work
Right.
together to resolve it. And relationship is no joke. It's no joke trying to flow together.
Yeah. It's a
Mhm.
great push and pull.
Mhm. Mhm. Um. And again, it's about that just having that right connection. Because again, you can get caught up with somebody, you think you trust them, and you open your heart up to them, telling them all the kind of stuff in their past. And some evil people out here will take that and turn that right against you. And that's super sad because it's like you already hurting from some other situations, and now it's like, dang, you double hurting. You know.
Yeah, but you gotta watch people. You can't just be trusting, body out here. These people crazy.
Mm-hmm. For real. For
These people is
real.
absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like them old folks one line they say step lightly and carry a big stick. Even when they in front of you, you might gotta hit them with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
People crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. Um, I, I think people also use them being hurt again as manipulation. So not just to manipulate somebody, but I also believe to manipulation. I had this one friend where, actually, I've had two friends where, we were talking or whatever, and one of my friends, we actually got into a full blown relationship with. But
Hmm.
he would use manipulation because a lot of his ex girlfriends cheated on him. Why? Because I mean, he was no good. So I guess, the chicks were kind of like, you know, good, you're not treating me good. I'm going to keep you around, but I'm going to find somebody else. So, but he uses that as to have pity on him,
Mm.
like, please don't leave me because all the other girls did this. And I'm thinking, like, you're an asshole. So again, him being hurt in the past, he uses that as a weapon for women to feel sorry for them. So they'll try to be that person to, I'm going to stick by your side and show you that I'm different, all along while
Girl,
he's
please.
screwing other people. Hmm.
Girls better learn the game and stop
Hmm.
getting played.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's like the motherfucker that be like, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, bitch, I already bought my dress. Go ahead, do it.
This particular friend, he tried that one on me too. Talking about he's sitting up here cocking his gun on the phone. I'm just like, whatever. Obviously, he didn't do it. He's still breathing. So,
Right. You gonna do
mm-hmm,
it, shit, go ahead.
mm-hmm.
It's your life, not mine. I ain't do it. Didn't nobody tell you do that. You want me to run over there and rescue you with a gun? Hell no, I'm in danger, nigga. No, thank you.
For real, all these stories in the news, they turn the gun on you.
Right. You over there trying to
Mm-hmm,
play captain save him. No, hell no. You better save yourself, little crazy.
mm-hmm, exactly. Yep. Then there was another guy where he used the manipulation of being hurt because he didn't want to make a commitment. And it's like, don't try that with me.
I
Don't.
think women do that too.
You think so?
I do. I think a lot of women do that because I done heard so many women talk about how they done had so many engagements and they
Mm-hmm.
don't never get married.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you afraid of commitment, huh, girl? What did you do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, then they be having all these horror stories about their exes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it can't be that horrible. I think it's you. You
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You are afraid of commitment. You keep breaking these men heart. That's why they out here in a rage.
Mm.
You women be playing with them men. They leave them dudes alone. And
Mm-hmm.
they just making the pool smaller and smaller. Cause now that's all that's left in there, a bunch of crazies.
Hurt, damaged, and fucked up people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they need therapy.
I'm telling you, I tell somebody quick, go to therapy. Ain't no shame in therapy. Therapy helps people. Like I said, I love support groups too.
Girl,
Mm-hmm.
the people so weird now. They don't want to go to therapy because it's being taken over by the feminists.
What?
Girl, yeah, girl.
I never heard of that.
Well, you hang around like some parts of the manosphere,
Mm-hmm.
you'll hear things like this.
Oh, okay. So you said manosphere. Now it all comes together when you talk about now.
Yeah.
Those people.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to go to therapy because it's being taken over by the feminists. And I'm just like, you better go get help with your crazy ass, okay? It ain't nothing wrong with going to go get help. I don't give a fuck how crazy that motherfucker is. Hopefully, you know, if your therapist, because therapists, they have to also have a therapist. Because,
Oh, I
that's
didn't
a
know
lot.
that.
Yeah,
Therapists need
that's,
therapists.
yeah, it's a lot when
Mm-hmm.
you taking on other people's problems. Trust me, I know shit. In the line of work I do, I be like, boy, let me tell you, some of these people, it is people I be up all night. I just be
Mm-hmm.
praying for them all
Mm.
night long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ain't never met this motherfucker before.
Mm-hmm.
You just need some prayer. Uh, what? It's a lot dealing with people. So if you sitting there and you helping people with their shit plus your own shit, they have to have a therapist. So they have to work through their stuff. The same stuff that they giving to, them they got to give to. And so it's always been when cause our role as women back in the day, we did everything. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we was the counselor, the nurse, the damn chef, the dietitian, everything. We did everything. And so that translated into the workforce. So now you have more women in these positions than you have men. And so like the men are flipping out because it's being taken over by so called feminists. It's just women that's able to help men understand how to communicate with women. They fucking can't stand it. And I'm just like,
They're
okay,
making
well
they're making excuses. Mm-hmm.
everything has been so male dominated and male centered for so long. They're not understanding how things are becoming female censored, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, what is the problem? But you know what? Some of these women act like they don't be understand. Like it's still some women out here that think they can be friends with men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you can't. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not the way you can be friends with your homegirls or whatever. I guess similar to them gay boys, that you know you can't be friends with no straight man like that. And then if it is a straight man by chance that really just want to be friends with her, as soon as he don't make an advance or a pass at her, she start questioning herself or questioning the man's sexuality. like,
Mm.
I'm like, y'all interesting as hell, but they have to get therapists themselves. So, and I'm just like, it's not really a problem. I don't see it so much as a feminist issue as I see it as a societal issue because most men not gonna be therapists. Not because they don't know that they need therapists, because they don't pay enough for them to be able to sustain a family.
Mm-hmm.
So they're generally not gonna take those jobs. They're gonna take the jobs that's gonna pay them so they can take care of their families.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just interesting out here. I'm like, stop worrying about feminists and take your ass to therapy.
Mm-hmm. Now,
if
now
you
the
want a woman.
so do you, the manosphere on you talking about on YouTube, right? Or has this
Yeah, yeah.
is it mostly black men on there?
And so no, there is a white side of the manosphere as well.
What?
They have a different type of conversation. I mean, like they have some of the same issues with women, but their conversations are a whole they a lot different. Their conversations are more male centered, male dominated. Oh, when I've gone into the black spaces, boy, they conversations are heavily drenched in women. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, what in the to answer your question, the only way a man would be made is if he made a family. Okay, Jamil. Um,
Hmm. Okay.
yeah, they have a different conversation. The white folks, the black dudes, man, they boy. Every time I look up, they talk about women. I'm like, oh my god, why? But I've listened to a um philosopher
Mm-hmm.
that gave me an explanation, and I listened to a dude that does a lot of studying in, feminism, sociology, and historical things. And they just gave explanations as to why, the black male pathology is the way it is based on the historical context of where we came from as a people all the way up to now. And both of them basically came up to the same conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm like, oh, okay, but you can't go say that to those people. They're not gonna understand it. They're gonna be real ignorant and call you all kind of names and
It just
stuff.
exactly they get vicious where it's like, why you gotta go that? Why you gotta disrespect just because I have an opinion that's not yours and I'm a woman over here? It's like that's the problem right there. It's like it kind of like it's kind of again. I've never been on the white guys manosphere, but I've been on the black guys, and I'm just kind of like it gets abusive,
Yeah, they
like
do. There
like
are some dudes.
verbally, and like if you're sensitive, it's like they don't give a shit. It's like total disrespect. It's not like, okay, she's a woman and she has her opinion. We don't agree with you, but they're just disgusting.
No, they're very upset about the whole equality situation. Personally, I feel like it has to do more with the fact that they feel like they were cheated out of the uh situation that they believe white men had in history's past as it pertained to women in power. Because like they want to take us away from our, they want to take our voting rights, they want to remove us from the workforce.
They're really saying this?
Yes, yes, yes. These are things that they feel like should happen to make the women depend upon the men because they're not submissive and shit like that. Like like they man got issues, yo. They have some serious issues over there and they won't go get help because the therapy is overran by feminists and I'm just like, wow. Wow.
Just
it's
disgusting. So let me see
it's
what
all
hmm?
it's all kind of interesting things happening over there in that space.
Let's see, what did Jamal say? We always have a debate about men being a man, but the female is not letting a man be in it. That's where the confusion comes at. And then females move fast and guys are slow. We know that. Women makes men, so the blame is on y'all and you all get to solve this problem because he can go both ways of the woman of the genes. So I what I'm thinking is basically saying we're the problem and we got to figure it out. But the thing that's messed up is kind of like again. I think you and I were both like a few months ago on the show together, and it's like we were both saying to these men like, no, it's both of our problems. Like we both have to take responsibility, and they don't like that. I don't understand that. Like when you say
Because
no,
they
it's
have been socialized
mm-hmm.
to not like that. Most of these men grew up without a father. They saw their mama do everything. So subconsciously, you supposed to do everything because they saw their mama do everything. So they think of a woman, they think of their mothers. There was no man there to properly love their mother, so they don't know what that looks like. When you start saying both of us are accountable, hell no, they don't understand it. What are you talking about? They ain't never had to really be accountable for shit. You know, outside of whatever demands they mom made that may get them what they need. So the bulk of the responsibility is gonna fall on us, and we do got to fix the problem because we be doing some crazy shit.
It's about
Like, let
women.
me, hell yeah, let me see if
Mm-hmm.
I can find this, and if I find it, I'm gonna put this link. I want you to listen to this. Um,
Well, girl, old ladies wilding out.
she, I'm not gonna say she's wailing out, but she she was talking about how she raised her sons,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it was an eye opening listen. I'll say that.
Do you have sons?
I have one.
Oh, okay. I don't have a son.
See, I was listening to what she said in that video, and after I finished listening to everything she said, the conclusion I came to is black women sitting up here raising these boys that they raising the men that they don't want.
Uh, ain't that some shit?
I want you to listen to this if I can find it.
So
If
Jamal
I can
says,
find,
mm-hmm.
yeah, if I can find this video, cause when I heard it, I was so appalled. I was like, "Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck am I listening to?"
And see,
and
Jamal is basically blaming us still for what women
well,
make men and females. You're the problem. I mean, I look at it like this, okay? Because I know a lot of people. Again, you can go back to slavery and what you were talking about earlier about the study that was done with black men. I think you were talking about black men and about how they think because of the historical whatever has happened. I think
Yeah,
that once you get to a certain point, just like in somebody's life, like my life, like I mean, when I tell people my story, they jaws drop. I don't look like my past, but I don't use my past to have an excuse for bad behavior. So it's like there's a certain point where it's kind of like, okay, I get it, but now since you're telling me that it's because of historical stuff, or it's because your mama wasn't a good woman, or the last five women cheated on you, now what are you going to do to make yourself better? So when you do meet a good person, you're not hurting them. Like,
yeah,
stop. At what point are they not going to? They're going to stop giving excuses. I don't give myself excuses anymore. If I do some fucked up shit, it's because I did it, and sorry if you take my
yeah,
apology. You know.
yeah. I understand that. But you gotta understand, Jamel, Jamel is raging right now. Okay, he got a little situation with his child, and so he in a rage. So
Oh, okay. I don't know, Jamel. Well,
yeah,
welcome, Jamel. Welcome, Jamel. Go ahead and let it out. I don't let people be rude over here. I won't be rude to you. Let out whatever you need to say. If I agree or if I don't. Um.
yeah. So he gonna really be on women's ass right now, cause
Mhm.
he got some things going on.
Mm. Oh, Jamel's backstage. Come on, he gonna come on up.
Oh, oh, what's
I'm
up,
here.
Jamel?
Hi.
Hey.
I've been on here before. I was with one guy going at it. Well,
Uh.
I think a female is God. The female is God. The Mother Nature is God. My God is the full moon. That's a beautiful thing I see on earth. So, if you guys are going through, and why did we acting because of the
Well,
female?
Jamel, you got to have to slow down a little bit on your movement because we could barely hear you.
Okay, why guys are going through because of the female? Because the female makes everything. Nothing runs smooth right now. So,
Oh, if we can't hear you.
oh, nothing is female. Nothing is smooth without the female. The females runs the world. That's why guys are going through because of the genes. Like kids, like my kid, boy, to act like a girl of the genes.
See, Queen Sunkist, can you hear him? Okay.
No, Jamel phone gonna go in and out because he gonna keep walking while he talking, and it's just gonna go in and out because of the beans in the house.
What I was saying is the female is God.
Okay.
So the female makes kids on to her genes because the female genes is stronger. That's why we have men that's acting like females, and we have mommy boys, and we have kids, and people are going to streets and talking reckless because the female, y'all the problem. That's why I keep saying why you cannot have a relationship, why nobody likes me, because yo, I want you, and that's it. That's it. Runs the world. You hear me?
You said women run the world. Again, I'm a respecter of people's opinions. I don't think so.
Without y'all say so, there's nothing to talk about.
Uh huh.
There's no without y'all say so.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Nature, Mother.
James Brown said, "This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman." And we
Uh
just gonna
huh.
leave it right there.
Uh huh.
Exactly. Without the female, you cannot run the world. Without females make men and female.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah. So if you have a mommy, if you have a son as a mommy boy, he's gonna act like a female. So
Mm-hmm.
producing more males, you're producing females. of your genes. Y'all have stronger genes than that. Like y'all more smarter, and that's why we was more slower. If you tell a man, "Come with me tonight," and he's going to follow, y'all trying to make it like more than it is. It's not that hard. It's simple. Female runs the world.
I mean,
Okay.
I feel like if that was a true statement, I mean, I think I think we have more power than we think we have, you
You
know, but and we do play a big part in just in society. We do a lot, and it's the balance, you know, the male and the female. But I don't think we run the world, because if we ran the world, like I was talking to some guy, and I told a guy, I was like, you know, y'all don't even really realize, most men when they do go place, they don't have to think about certain things like we think about. Like, for instance, if I'm out somewhere at a grocery store and it's at nighttime, I gotta actually think in my head, am I gonna make it to my car? Can someone grab me and rape me? Versus a dude, just go ahead and walk out there. You know, there's different things that we have to fear as women that men don't have to even think about. And if we ran the world, I mean, wouldn't stuff like that not be, that wouldn't, we wouldn't have those kind of fears of having harm done to us just by being a woman?
all right? So if you before, right, and you told a man to walk me to my car, make sure I'm safe, he's going to do that. He's going to do that from the get go because of how he was raised from a female. His grandma, his mother, his great grandmother. That's how he was raised off a female. How the female want us how to walk and how to carry. We learn from females. We go on the street, the world, and we talk to men and be a man. But we had to have a father or a man in the house. The female run the household, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, even with, I mean, some dudes, I mean, yeah, if you tell a dude, come walk me to my car, but it's like, there's some dudes that just aren't built like that. It's like, if they walk into their car, they might be the one to rape you. Or the whole entire time they're going, they're trying to get your number for excursion on a later date. It's not, it's like the pureness between really like being a gentleman and what you can get. I mean, there's a lot more men what you can get versus being a true gentleman. Gentleman and what you can get. I mean, there's a lot more.
Sorry, y'all.
Well, all right. If all right, so if you I'm not gonna say you're not, but if we was in a situation of a strong female, she would demand something. She would demand it. This what is happening. Nobody's demanding. Females can demand stuff and take it softly or hard. It's on way how the female's gonna do it. You say, yo,
Uh,
take my car and make sure I'm safe. And he said, okay, I got you. That's how it's gonna happen. Straight like that.
mhm.
It's gonna happen like that.
I
Females
agree
run.
with you. I agree with you with that. Women need to be more demanding on what they want in a whole bunch of different areas.
Yes, stop being scared. God, dude. No, y'all run the world. Go in, come out your house, and anything you want. You can demand anything you want. Buy me this, buy me that. Take care of me. Ride my feet. You can say anything you want. You're
Mhm.
female in the world. But when I was on the East Coast, I was had picked there, so I understand both ways. But this gender is going on right now. This men acting like female stuff. I blame the female for this, and I blame God because God it says you're going to be my image. You're going to live in my image. The God was a female.
Mhm.
God, I video. I'm like, yo, I look at my phone, my YouTube. You know what I mean, and then look all these guys, females will act like, what is going on? It's the gene. Y'all have more genes, stronger genes than the men. You got females look like men out here. Females look like men.
I mean, could it be other stuff too? The environmental, the food, the stuff
Stuff,
that's on TV.
the environment. Yes. And who's doing that? Females. Females.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the men getting this stuff from? Where are they getting it from? The female, the makeup, the weave, the nails, and the attraction, and the fame. Yes, the females run the world. Men act like females and get popularity, and be famous and fortune and stuff like that. The females does it. Y'all hypnotize. Yes, you are. Medusa, I know Medusa and Melissa.
But what's the benefit? What's the benefit of us turning men feminine?
Y'all run the world more than
But
y'all
what's
did.
the benefit in it? If I want a man, I want a. What is it for me to turn him? Why would I want to turn him feminine?
I don't know. It's your gene. It's your dog. God. I don't. I can't make a man. I can't make a female. It's y'all with the problem. You want the problem? It's y'all. Y'all gotta solve the problem.
People need to stay out these damn bookstores. I just sit up here and about it.
Y'all is the
What
problem.
what would you say, Sun Kiss?
I'm trying to figure out what the hell what he trying to say. I'm confused.
Y'all the
That
problem.
women run the world and we're the problem. In two sentences, women run the world and we're the problem because we make boys and girls, so we the problem.
Oh, okay.
That's not even, that's real stuff right there.
I mean, what we supposed to do? Stop making children?
No, figure it out. You're the you run the world. You God. You're the God. You're the God. The Mother Nature is a female. God is a. If you cannot produce, you can't be a male. You got to be a female to produce. That's how the
All
world.
right.
Wait,
Well, that was riveting. We are thank you for that interesting point of view.
thank you for understanding.
No worries.
I'm a Capricorn. You don't play.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would. I mean, again, I got some old fashioned ways in me. I would like that old fashioned way to come on back. But the scary part about it is, just say if these menafears, whatever the hell they call them, if
Oh, my bad.
if they actually did get some of their ways where women are quitting their jobs and going back in the household, I don't believe these men really know how to even run a household. And what might happen is the women might be stuck with not making any money and have this asshole of a husband who don't know really how to run anything. All he knows how to do is put his foot on her neck. And and what a life is that?
Okay, okay, all right, that. All right, so you got like I give you a situation, right? You got like five boys, and right, tell them how to carry yourself out in the world, right? Right? You hear me?
So what'd you say?
I said you had five boys, and you got
Hmm.
two. And you want to tell these five boys what to do and how to carry themselves correctly in the world. Is that right?
So who's telling the boys to do what in the world?
The female is going to tell five boys that she raised or birthed. You got five boys that you birthed and two girls. And you
Hmm.
want to tell boys how to do somebody right and talk to a female woman. They,
Where's the father?
the father of the tell you at work, you know what I mean? But you home, you taking care of the kids. You taking care of the kids, you at home with the kids. You got five boys and two girls. The man is going to tell the girls how to move, and the female is going to tell how the men how to move. That's how men will be raised.
I mean, I'm like this. If there's a father in the home and he kind of got it down about how to really run a household, I don't believe the woman is that powerful where she could just veto what the man is teaching his sons and daughters, because it takes both for the woman to teach the girls and the boys and the man to teach the boys and the girls. So if
What
a
is the
woman
mother?
can come and just, if a woman can just, especially living in a home with a man, can just come and just get her son's mind and do whatever you're saying he's doing, what kind of husband or man is really living in that house?
What the man don't know what the female is teaching the boy. Like the boy, what the female is doing, what the boy is teaching him how to clean, how to clean, how to cook, how to talk to people right, and how to treat a female. That's
Mm-hmm.
what the there to, to raising her kids. So she teaches the kids how to be in they sort of in your position. That's what it's there for. Like, yo, my son is going to treat a female right. My daughter is going to treat a man right. That's what the man is for. That's what the female is there. And we raising each other and helping each other. So
Mm-hmm.
what so kids in the house when the father's not here? That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, y'all run the world.
Mm.
Teach boys how to treat a female. If the female runs the world, she gonna show everything and make sure my son leave my house and he's gonna that next woman he thinks right.
So let me just make sure I'm hearing you right. So you're saying that the woman's gonna teach her son how to treat a woman, and gonna teach him how to treat a woman right.
Yes. So it's the woman,
Mm-hmm.
everything in the house. The woman is every it's the goal. I'm out here getting the money, but teach these kids how to I don't got the time, but when I do have the time, I'm gonna teach my son how to build a house, how to work a car, how to talk to a girl, you know what I mean, and what to do when he has a girl, the rubber. You know what I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
Of a child support and be a deadbeat father. That's what I'm. But I don't know what the females taught telling my kids what I do in the world. It's the
But I mean, you got to know what. Again, you got to know what kind of female you're talking about. What kind of woman or man is teaching the kids? Because I mean, you could have a woman who's trying to teach a young man how to treat a woman, a girl right, and she never had a man treat her right in her life. So she's just going off of what she thinking. It might not even be realistic, or it might turn her son into something that is not really, where he's not strong enough to even identify if a chick's trying to, hurt him or whatever. So I mean, we as parents, we can only do what we could do in teaching our children how to be a better version of themselves, and that's all we could do. Because when we think we doing it right, and because of circumstances and environment, sometimes we miss a few things.
we learn every day. That's all I know. We learn every day.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
females got to set the game up. I think I losing it because from the 80s, 70s, and whatever to now, it's not looking good right now. Back in
Mm-hmm.
the grandma's great grandmas, we don't have these great grandmas no more. We don't have no more great grandmas. You know how to make great grandma.
No, we don't have none of that no more.
You know how to make one.
Do I know how to make one? Did you just say if I know how to make a big grandma? No, I don't know how to make that no more.
I'm Indian, so this is in my tribe. So
Mm-hmm.
they will they marry another somebody from another family, and they
Mm-hmm.
would marry 15 or 12 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a great grandma,
Mm-hmm.
straight like that. That's a
Mm-hmm.
family. Right now, that's called rape nowadays.
So are you talking about if a young girl gets married and what at 12 or whatever? You saying but these are, I mean, okay, so that is something where I have debated about this before, about this particular topic you just brought up. So, I mean, 12 is really young. And I think that, and I know when people say, well, when a girl starts her cycle, then she's ready to have babies. But, you know, again, I'm a traditional old fashioned kind of person, but sometimes traditions and old fashioned stuff don't always work because, for one thing, in some countries back in the day that could have worked because a 12-year-old knows how to run a home, knows how to take care of a baby. These 12-year-olds here, they don't even know how to properly wash themselves. So that wouldn't work in today's society. It would be rape.
They don't know how to cook clean. They don't know how to take it. That's what I'm saying. The female has to teach the kid, a female and the male, to
Mm-hmm.
how she know how to. When she does that, everything will be okay. Nowadays, I can't find a female can know how to cook a dinner, a hot meal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is sad. You don't got no more grandmas. You don't got no great grandmas. You don't got none of that. You gotta,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta build for real. Society fucked. I mean, like everybody is up somebody else. Like, nah, I think everybody just do what they want to do and respect. That's what how life should be. Respect everybody and do what you do. And then remember that one time when people would have sex with their own family members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stuff like that would happen. That's how they had their great grandmas happen, grandmas, aunties, and stuff. Like what? I was
Mm-hmm.
I'm 31. I'm 31 years old. Man. I got a 30 niece, and she's 30 years old, and she's my niece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because my father he had a kid that was older. He had a kid. He had somebody, and he had a kid. And I had a niece, like stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I think because God. That's what I said. You know, everything.
Well, yeah, well, we almost get into an hour. I'm getting tired. I got work tomorrow. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you for Queen Sun Kiss coming up on here. Anybody who's listening who has not done this yet, please subscribe. I appreciate it so much. Like the video. And also, I have to remind you guys, I am an author. My book is called White Man's Horror. Yes, that is the real title. It is
Yeah,
on
I've been
Amazon.
promoting it too.
What do you say?
I've been promoting it, and I gotta watch your interview with that white dude.
Oh, you can go to my I have it on my channel and under interviews, it's there if you need to find it.
Yeah, I need to watch that one, and then he did another one after it because I guess people didn't like what the interview said. I don't know. I want to watch it and see what happened.
Oh, he did a video about the interview.
Yeah, he was addressing the negative comments.
People, I didn't think people liked it because I mean, I just spoke as a black female that's not about the okie doke. So he's asking me questions, and I know a lot of his his followers are black females. That again, I'm not against interracial dating. I'm not, but they're a little different. So they
Yeah,
want me to powder puff some of the questions he was asking me. One of the questions that stood out that some people did not like how I answered. He asked me, I'm not quoting him, something about uh, how he was asking me advice about how can black people trust him more. And I just told him, we don't trust you, period. Like, I can't tell you that. We just don't trust you. You're white. And people didn't like me saying that. Like I can't advise you, like, because every black person is different. Some black, I mean, there's a lot of black women that trust him because obviously he has a lot of subscribers that are black women. So there you
yeah,
go. But if you talking about just going out in the world and going to a black event and having everybody in the room trust you, the only white man in there, we're probably not. You got to build
yeah.
rapport.
Right.
and be 100% because we could smell when it's some foul stuff. So I mean, people didn't like how I answered that.
No, they'll get over it.
I mean, I didn't feel like it was offensive. He asked me a question. I was just being honest. So
Hey, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
the old folks told me.
Mhm. Yep.
But yeah, you had a good topic.
Mhm. So yeah. So again, people subscribe and until next time. Oh stay backstage, Sunkiss, real quick. I'm gonna check out that video. But yeah, everybody else, until next time, check out my videos. I think I posted one today, two today, or whatever. Like those two. Everybody have a good Sunday night.
Good night.
Good night.
Woo.